Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Padai Se Dosti YouTube channel. In our previous video session, we have already discussed about the introduction of economy. What is economy exactly? What is financial management, and how this financial management is necessary for the village, for city, for state, for country, and for entire world. Okay, so we have discussed all these terms. Then we have discussed about the types of economy. There are three types of economy. One is capitalistic economy, second one is socialistic, and third one is mixed economy. Okay, and these types are based on the ownership and management of the means of production in the economy. Okay, then we have discussed the factors affecting the economy, and also we have discussed about the Adam Smith, why he is known as father of economics. Okay, which book he wrote. Okay, so all these basic fact we have discussed already. Now in today's video session we are going to discuss about the globalization of the economy. So have you heard this word globalization? Obviously many a times you have heard this word, right? In news, in newspaper, or just by some person. Okay, that today is the era of globalization, today is the life of globalization, or we are living in globalized world. Okay, you might have heard these words or the sentences many a times in your life. Okay, so let's see what is this globalization and how the globalization of economy take place in case of India. Okay, the recent economic policies are taking the economy towards the globalization. Okay, so you might have heard about the socialistic economy. Okay, the India is a socialist country when it get independence. Okay, though we are democratic nation, but our economic policies they are socialistic. Means what? The entire industries they are in the hand of government of India. Means what? For production of any small atom or medium atom or any big product, you have to take the permission from government to establish the production factory of that particular plant, particular product. There is a long procedure of government clearance. Okay, so that is a socialistic economy, and many a field in our economy they are under government control. So that's why there is a very less scope for private players in economy. Okay, but after 1991 what happened? Government of India they adopted LPG, means liberalization, privatization and globalization policy in 1991, remember. So that's why here they have told that recent economic policies, okay, they are taking economy towards the globalization, as we have already choose the globalization in our policy. That's why after 1991 what happened, the Indian economy it marching towards the globalization. Now let's discuss what is globalization exactly. Globalization means the building a world economy. Okay, building a world economy means what? Suppose I am a person who is living in USA. I have extra money or excess amount of money with me, and suppose I want to invest my money in some industry which is situated in India. So what I will do, I will purchase the shares of that particular company, and I will invest my excessive money in that particular company. Okay, so that is a foreign capital used by Indian company. Okay, so means what? From one country to another country there is a flow of money, there is a flow of products, there is a flow of capital. So all this thing takes place in economy, then that economy is known as globalized economy. Okay, the world economy is a borderless economy in which natural resources, profit, services, capital, labor, technology flow freely move across the countries. Okay, so these things we can able to observe in globalized economy. In India you can able to see we are using different pens which are China made, which are Japan made. Okay, उसके ऊपर लिखा होता है देखो, जापानीज इंक, जर्मन इंक, या ऐसा मेड इन जर्मनी, मेड इन जापान ऐसा लिखा होता है, राइट। और कभी कभी जो एडवर्टाइज आती है उन पेन की या कोई भी प्रोडक्ट की, तो उसमें वो मेंशन करते हैं कि ये जापानीज टेक्नोलॉजी से बनी है, या ये जर्मन टेक्नोलॉजी से बना हुआ है ये पर्टिकुलर चीज। ओके, तो इस तरह से हम देख पाते हैं सारी चीजें। तो इसे हम बोलते हैं कि ग्लोबलाइज इकोनॉमी, बिकॉज देयर इज अ फ्री फ्लो ऑफ रिसोर्सेज, प्रॉफिट, सर्विसेज, कैपिटल, लेबर, टेक्नोलॉजी। ओके, throughout the world there is no border for this economic parameters. Okay, you might have heard about many labors they are going from India to abroad. Okay, because they are getting good wages over there, they are getting good salary over there in Arab countries or in Western world. Okay, that's why they are going in that particular nation. Then there is a technology transfer. Whatever weapons we are purchasing from Russia used to hand over the technology in most of the cases, not in all cases but in most of the cases. Okay, so there is a technology transfer, or there is a collaboration between two countries to do some research on any on development of any particular product or services. Okay, there are many IT companies in India which are providing services to different nations in the world. Okay, so that's why our economy is globalized economy, there is no border. Okay, all these resources shared or move freely across the world. Okay, that's why it is a globalized economy. Globalization means aligning the country's economy with the world's economy. There is a free trade and all restriction on investment are set aside. Okay, so this is the ideal definition of globalization, that there is a free trade, means there is a no any tariff, import duty, export duty, or custom duty. Okay, then let's discuss about the functions of economy. So why this economy is so much important in our day to day life? Let's see. Every country has a different economy. Nevertheless, the main function of economy are similar. Some of the main function of economy are as follows: deciding the product and quality of its production. Okay, so I have already told you the importance of product. The if that product is named as a made by Japanese technology or German technology, then people trust that technology. Okay, or there is suppose any famous company in India like Mahindra and Mahindra. Suppose that card is manufactured by Mahindra and Mahindra, then it is a global brand right now. Okay, so it is a very prestigious. So economy decides the product and its quality. Okay, then minimize the production cost as much as possible. Okay, so this economy has a very vital role in minimization of production cost. Why it is so? Because suppose there are two company which are making pen, and the quality is almost same suppose, but the pen of company A is very cheap and company B is very costly, then people will try to buy pen which is manufactured by company A. So that's why there is a competition to minimize the cost of production, and definitely this competition helps the customer. Okay, distribution of the national income according to the social and economic justice. Okay, have you heard these words? These words are already mentioned in our preamble. Okay, our preamble also offers us social and economic justice. So what do you mean by this social and economic justice? That the fruits of this economic benefit, they should be reach up to the each level of our society and each strata of our economy. Okay, there should not be too much variation between the rich people and poor people. Okay, there should be less variation between their wealth. So that is known as social and economic justice. हर एक के पास वो समृद्धि, आर्थिक समृद्धि है वो हर एक जो समाज है, समाज का हर एक अंग है उनकी होनी चाहिए। तो उसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होने के लिए ये इकोनॉमी बहुत ज़्यादा उसका रोल इम्पोर्टेंट होता है। ओके, किस तरह की इकोनॉमी अगर कैपिटलिस्टिक होगी तो आपको जो भी अमीर और गरीब इंसान है उसके बीच में जो भी खाई है वो ज़्यादा दिखने दिखाई देगी। अगर वो सोशलिस्टिक कंट्री है तो कम दिखाई देगी, अगर मिक्स्ड है तो दोनों के बीच में कई तो लेवल होगा। ओके, तो इंडिया में अगर आप देखोगे तो आपको बहुत गरीब लोग भी दिखेंगे, कुछ मिडिल क्लास भी दिखेंगे, कुछ अपर मिडिल क्लास भी दिखेंगे, कुछ अल्ट्रा रिच पर्सन भी आपको दिखेंगे। तो इस तरह से होता है, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द टाइप ऑफ इकोनॉमी adopted by that particular country. Okay, the making the another function is that making appropriate provisions for the economic needs of the future. Okay, so that's why economy is very important, deciding for whom the goods will be produced. Okay, suppose economy is socialistic, then government will decide which product that industry will produce. Okay, why it is so? Because government try to do the well-being of maximum number of people or citizens of that country. But if it is a capitalistic country, then that particular industry, the owner of industry will be thinking only about his own profit. He is not bother about what people need at that particular moment. Okay, so he will make luxurious atom. But the socialistic economy, in that particular economy the industries, they will make the product which is really needed for that particular society. Okay, so that is a difference between these two type of economies. That's why here the function of economy is deciding for whom the good will be produced. Okay, I hope guys you understood the functions of economy. Thus the economy strives to create a balance between limited resources and unlimited needs. Okay, this is a very important conclusion drawn over here. Economy strives to create balance between limited resources and unlimited needs. So what do you mean by this limited resources and unlimited needs? Okay, we have limited natural resources, though they are renewable. Some resources are renewable, but they take certain amount of time to replenish it, to renew it. Okay, so that's why we have to use resources judiciously or optimally. That's why this sentence is over here. That's why there is a gap between supply and demand. Okay, income and expenditure. Okay guys, so our needs are unlimited. अगर हमारे पास साइकिल है तो हम चाहते हैं कि टू व्हीलर आ जाए, टू व्हीलर आई तो हम चाहते हैं फोर व्हीलर आ जाए, फोर व्हीलर आई तो चाहते हैं कि और बड़ी गाड़ी आए, और बड़ी गाड़ी आई तो चाहते हैं कि हमारा खुद का हेलीकॉप्टर हो। तो इस तरह से आदमी जो होता है वो बहुत लालची होता है, उसकी जो ये नीड्स है वो अनलिमिटेड होती है, वो कभी भी लिमिट में नहीं रहती। तो उसका बैलेंस बिठाना ये काम है इकोनॉमी का। ओके, so remember all these things. Then just a small activity is given over here. Let's try to do it. Suppose you are the finance minister of agrarian country. Give priority to overall development of the country. Make a 5 point program. तो ऐसा सोचना है आपको कि आप फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर है और आपको एक पॉलिसी बनानी है, इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी। तो आपको आप कौन सी चीज़ों को प्रायोरिटी देंगे फॉर ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट ऑफ दैट कंट्री। ओके, सो आपको ऐसे 5 पॉइंट्स निकालने हैं। ओके, so try to do on your own and put all your suggestion in comment box. We will discuss in another video session that how to prioritize all these things. Okay guys, so I hope you have enjoyed this video session. So I will stop here. Soon we will meet in our next session. Till then, take care, have a nice day. Thank you.